Welcome to Happily Ever Afters, where love doesn't stop at romance. Join us as we share the tales of everyday magic and celebrate life's sweetest moments. Hear inspiring accounts of love, intimacy, and pure joy as we uncover the secrets behind true devotion and partnerships that really work. Brace yourself for a full-on heart melting. Here's your host, Carlos Clemente.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Happily Ever Afters. I'm Carlos Clemente. And before I get started and introduce my host, I want to say something. When I first started doing this show, a lot of people said to me, Carlos, why would you want to do this? Because you're a news guy, you're a sports guy, you know? And yeah, those are my first loves, and they're easy to do, and everybody has those shows. I took this as a challenge because I didn't know if I could do it. I really didn't know. And so every time I do one, I learn a little bit more. And one of the things that's going on in our lives right now is that we've got so much negativity. We need to see some positive things going on. So I thought Happily Ever Afters would be the right vessel to do that. So this is why I do the show. At first I was doing it by myself. Now I have a beautiful co-host, a TV veteran. I used to watch her when I first came to LA.
I bet you used to watch our first guest too.
Yes, I did. And my co-host is Dorothy Lucy, and I'm very proud to say that I think it's a treasure working with her. And I know I don't have any other words to say, but hello, Dorothy Lucy.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Do you want me to introduce our guest? Okay, so Cristina Ferrare, you might know her from LA TV. Cristina, let me see, you're a New York Times bestselling author, a chef, a model, an actress, a talk show host. Oh, and an unofficial matchmaker. We'll talk about that. And Tony Thomopoulos, an executive responsible for so many of the TV shows you all have loved over the years. And you guys have a beautiful love story. We just want to see if you tell the same version of it, of how you got together and how you keep it together.
Okay. Where shall we start?
Well, start with how you met. What the heck?
Okay, it was how we met. I was in New York at the time. I was modeling, and I was, considered what they call, a supermodel. And ABC was looking for their 8:30 to 9 o'clock spot, which they call a soft spot, to do Good Morning America, where you would do softer interviews. You wouldn't do the hard news. So they decided they wanted to use a model. So they asked me to go on up, and I had to meet the head of the network. And the head of the network was Mr. Thomopoulos. So I go there. It's freezing cold on a New York night, and I go to meet him, and he keeps me waiting in the lobby for an hour. And I was sitting there freezing, and while people were coming in and out, finally I get up to his office, and he comes in a half an hour after that, gets on the phone right away, doesn't even say, oh, hello, how are you? I'm sorry, I have to take this call. He didn't do any of that. He just started talking.
And you married this man?
I'm thinking to myself, what? Can I say ass? Can I say? I said, what an ass. Excuse me. You just say, I'm sorry, I have to take this call. I'll be with you in a minute. No, none of that. So I decided I hated him. Right then and there, I did not like him. And guess what? I didn't get the job. So go ahead, Tony.
Okay. We just celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary.
All right, so it's working out.
Yesterday, so it all worked out fine.
So I am not a fool. I'm not going to change the reality that she presented, except...
What is that supposed to? That's not true? Every word out of my mouth was true.
Well, we'll accept that. But the one thing that's really true is that we really didn't like each other.
No, not at all.
And at that point in my life, I was married, she was married, and I said, thank goodness that I'm finished. She didn't get the job. Let's put it that way.
You didn't get the job, right?
All right. So You want to pick up?
Well, I was embroiled in that huge scandal with the DeLorean trial as well. Yeah, which came later, but it was, I would see Tony at different ABC functions, and for some reason, I don't know what it was, whether it was fate, whether or not, all my children that are here with me now were meant to be. I don't know. But for some reason, I had gone through the trial and the trial was over. But every time I ran into him, there was some kind of odd attraction that I had towards him, which was crazy because he still didn't like me. He would avoid me. He wouldn't talk to me. But he came up to me one day at a ABC function, and he said, "I just wanted to tell you, I saw the interview you did with Barbara Walters on the DeLorean story." And he said, "I just want to commend you for, and tell you how sorry I am. I had no idea what you had been through." So that started us, getting to the ice breaking. And we finally had dinner together one night.
Yes.
But I decided I wasn't going to date anybody. I didn't want to get married again. I didn't want to do no men in my life. But he arranged a dinner for me. It was for who was that? The executive Elton Rule, who was head of the sports division.
No, network.
The network, excuse me. And he took me to dinner, and I was the only one. He said he was going to have a lot of people for Elton. I was going to say Elton John. I wish. No, but it wasn't Elton. For Elton Rule, and I get there, and the only person who's there is Tony.
Oh, was that like by design, or was that just?
The point of the story, there was a function, and after the function, I arranged for us to have dinner.
Yes.
Because I was attracted to her, and I wanted to talk to her.
And she said she was oddly attracted to you. I think Cristina used that word.
No, but I think there was more going on. I'm not even going to go into it. But we ended up at a bookstore, and we were talking about different books. He said, "Do you like to read?" And I go, "Of course I like to read." He said, "Well, what do you like to read?" And I was insulted by the question, so I said, "People." I read People magazine. But the story was that after that, we started seeing each other and having dinners together. And he asked me to meet him one night. It was around 11 o'clock at night. And I said, "It's 11 o'clock at night. I can't come out. I've got kids. And, I can't do it." So anyway, I got in the car and I went to see him, and we sat in the back of a car that he had called for. And he told me that he was in love with me and that he wanted to have children together. And I said, "Well, I didn't even know what to say. It's like, that means we want to get married." And that's how simple it was. It wasn't too long after that. We were married 6 weeks. Was it 6 weeks after? Yeah, right after we met. And the whole thing worked just beautifully because Tony is one of the most loving, kindest, nicest human being I've ever met. I'm a mess and I'm all over the place, and he's very centering. And he really is he is the fabric of our family. We have how many children? 7 children and 9 grandchildren. And our whole family revolves around family. Our family comes first, and Tony is the one where everybody goes to for advice and for comfort, and including me. I don't know what I would do without him. I'm a strong woman. I can do things on my own, but I can't imagine my life without this man beside me.
Tony, I got a question. You are this big, powerful executive. This young woman comes into your office. You barely give her a second look, and then
he had an important phone call.
Yeah, but yet you come.
I'm sorry.
But yet, how much time passed before you slapped yourself and said, "What am I doing?"
Probably 3 years, 3.5 years, 4 years. It was about that time frame. And it sounds strange because she came up. Now, I'm only saying she looked beautiful, yes, but she came up in this fancy fur coat. That was the days that fur coats were acceptable. And the first thing she said to me, I'm late for a dinner with my husband at the 21 Club. The car is waiting downstairs for me. And the 21 Club was like a block and a half away. And I looked at her and said to myself, I said, who is this woman? You know, who is she? And
you thought I was shallow and vacuous.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and then as you stated, Cristina, that kind of dramatic, messy marriage ended. And then you saw this loving man. Tony, I read that you do a Zoom every Sunday with your family. And my husband does that. It almost brought me to tears when I saw that you do that.
Yeah. Pardon me? Say that again?
The Zoom with your family.
Yeah. But you know what? It came about realistically because of the COVID.
Yeah.
And in addition, our children, have located all around the world. We have one that lives in Greece, one that lives in Spain, one that lives in London. We have one that's in Maryland. So, as Cristina said, you know, the older you get, family becomes really tantamount to what your life is about. That's the measurement of someone's achievement. And I wanted to keep them close together, not for us, but for their generation and for their children's children, so they'll know that there is a family unit that they all belong to.
So you always have somewhere to go, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but it keeps the kids, it's current with what's going on in everybody's life. So it's like we're together, but we're far apart. But it's a call lasts an hour every single Sunday. Every single child comes on, they don't miss it, and they all catch up with one another. What are you doing? What's happening here? Or who's having a problem there? And it keeps the family, the family going together, so they don't lose a sense of their siblings and go out into the world and they're not close and they don't know what's going on in each other's lives.
So you created, by having this Zoom every Sunday, you've created a happily ever afters moment for everybody in your family, because everybody looks forward to this every day.
Every week, we don't miss it.
I have to interject here and say one thing. I mean, she said some very kind words about me, and which I appreciate. And I need to say that 40 years, the anniversary gem is the ruby. And the ruby is known for its strength and its passion and its vitality. And that's, my wife has that all. I couldn't imagine my life without her. And she did.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
I don't know if you know that, I've been sick. I have cancer, and it's an incurable cancer, but it's multiple myeloma. It's cancer of the plasma of the blood. And I was diagnosed about 10 years ago, but I've been in remission ever since. And I am alive today, seriously, because of this man. If it weren't for him, my medication, driving me places to get my infusions every month and my shots every week. And he's constantly there. And I like I said, I don't know how I would be alive today if it weren't for him.
I know a couple of times we thought we were going to lose you. And I also know very well that Tony is your Uber driver everywhere.
Yes. He certainly is to drive me everywhere, because now I can't see. But that has to do with age, I think.
One quick thing, since I mentioned you were both unofficial matchmakers. You, Tony, you described it as kind of the voice of God told you to introduce two friends of yours, and 3 months later they are married, and I can say blissfully happy.
Yes. Yeah. I will tell you, I had talked to Tim about, I talked to him after his wife passed away, and then I spoke to him sporadically, and then I had lost touch with him for about a year. And then I just happened to call him on something, and I can't recall what it was. And we were talking, and he was telling me that he was dating some women, but they would not. Well, he wasn't comfortable.
She said they were all wackadoos.
And so that was the end of the conversation. And Cristina had asked me to come with her to this Bible study to pick her up, and I did. And as I did, Kim walked out the door, and I really looked at her. And the first thing that came to my mind was Tim Robinson. And And I have to say, it really was a message from God.
Yeah.
I believe that firmly. And that was the end of it. I just put them together afterwards. We put them together after that. And
we created Tim Kim.
Hey, I say to people now, you want to meet a guy, start a Bible study.
Yeah, right. No, but the funny part of it is that she invited me to the Bible study to speak. And I said, I don't want to go to a Bible study. You know, I don't know these women and I feel funny. She said, no, come. You'll really like these women. Please come for me. And I said, okay, I'll go with you. And then when she found out Tony was outside, she said, oh, I want to go say hi to Tony. She loves Tony. So I said, okay, let's go say hi to Tony. And then that's what happened. But there was a voice in my head as well, because God talks to me too.
absolutely.
And he kept saying, you're going to go to the Bible study. And I kept saying, I don't want to go to the Bible study. But that voice in my head saying, you're going to go. So I went. And I believe that, you know, if you sit quietly enough and listen, you can hear, you know, God talking to you and telling you things. And so that's what happened that night. And they've been married for 4 months. And it's like something out of a storybook.
It's a fairy tale.
I've never seen anything quite like this in my life.
You know,
But-
Dorothy, one of the things I've been doing, I like looking at quotes and things like that. And as I talk to guests, I try to come up with something that would kind of match you. So sitting here 40 years, sitting next to you, doing absolutely nothing means absolutely everything to me. That is the quote I give to you too.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
That's
So
very nice.
I just sitting here listening, and I was trying to, I'm flipping through, and I went, oh, this one. So take that as
they're pretty cute together, I got to say.
Yes, I just watching you together and everything that you've been through, and you could tell there's that special bond, and you two look at each other, and you don't have to use words. Your eyes say it all. Your smiles say it all. You know, I look at Tony, and he's mesmerized by you. He is.
And she's such a good cook. There's that too.
Yeah.
There's other bonuses.
Did you say, Dorothy? I didn't hear you.
She said, "And your cooking helps."
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That does help.
Yeah.
All that, and you're an amazing cook. All that magic and good food.
Tell us a little bit about your cooking and how you enjoy that, along with the writing the books and, you know, being the supermodel and how a TV executive works with all that.
Well, I've always loved cooking. I started at 4 years old being in the kitchen because that's where all the happiness lived. You hear music coming from the kitchen and people anticipating the meal, and my nonna coming to the table serving a big bowl of love, which is the name of one of my cookbooks, The Big Bowl of Love, after, you know, respect to my grandmother. And I always feel that she was serving huge bowls of love. So I grew up with this passion for cooking. Of course, to me, it's to show how I give my love and my appreciation to you. I'm really good at that. And believe it or not, I'm very insecure in a lot of areas of my life. With the cooking, I'm not. And I know I excel at that. So that's my passion. And I believe when you do things, when you come from passion, that's when you excel. So the cooking is my way of showing my love and appreciation for my family. And as a matter of fact, behind you can't see it, but it's just the two of us tonight. And I set the table, you know, and I marinated chicken tonight for him, and to have a nice little romantic dinner. All of our kids are gone. We're alone now, and it's just us. And, you know, we create these special moments with each other. It's important.
Did you do that soy sauce marinade that I love?
Oh, the one that I do with the turkey and the chicken? Yeah, that recipe lives on in infamy. I tell you, I can't go anywhere at Thanksgiving because people actually stop me in the stores to tell me they still make that marinade from 25 years ago on the AM Los Angeles show that I did with our dear loving brother, Steve Edwards.
Cristina and I were lucky enough to have the same co-host for many years.
Yes.
And Cristina, every Thanksgiving, when she was probably having 100 people over for dinner, would get her butt up to come in early to Good Day LA too. We called it Turkey 911, and she would answer the questions of like panicked people who didn't know what to do with their turkey.
My favorite question was from a gentleman who called and said, "Can I use a garlic press to?" What did she say to use? Oh gosh, it was so funny. It was such a silly. It was an idiot.
For mashed potatoes.
Oh, can I use a garlic press to make mashed potatoes? And I went, no.
Slowly. I think we had a guy once who, when you said wash the turkey, was going to put it in his dishwasher.
Oh yeah, it's like, I want to say, but you can't. Like, are you people for real? You can't say that. You have to be really tactful. But the guy with the mashed potatoes, that was priceless to me. It's like, here's a potato and here's the garlic press. So you use your imagination.
Now, Tony, are you handy around the kitchen now, or?
Yes, I'm handy around in certain aspects.
He does the dishes.
I'm very good at that.
Yeah, he's very good at it. And believe me, I appreciate it.
And I think I'm probably better than she is, believe it or not, at making sandwiches.
And making sandwiches. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, she does.
I'll give you that. She's a special sandwich.
In fact, the next book is going to be about sandwiches.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You got to make me co-author.
No.
What?
I do it.
So, what's your special sandwich?
Well, my special sandwich ranges, but I make a great Italian sandwich with a combination of a lot of meats in it. And I also make a really good bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. It sounds simple, but it's not.
The best bacon, lettuce, and he's like the grilled cheese. It's like, I don't know, he makes great grilled cheese sandwiches too.
Can we put to-go orders in?
Yeah.
That's possible?
So. Listen, if you had a studio, I'd come down there and cook for you.
Oh, okay. Now, Cristina, you are modeling again. Is that correct?
Yes, I was asked by an agency in New York called Iconic Focus Models, which makes me sound so old because they say it's iconic. But I guess I earned the title, just like I earned the title of a New York Times bestseller. So I wear that badge very proudly. But I was asked to go back to model, which I have. And then I've started a series of ebooks for legible.com. And you can go there and you can get a series of my books that I've already done. We started with pasta, then we did salads, and we did dessert. We're doing desserts. I'm working on soups for the fall right now. And we did a whole thing on smoothies. There's about 6 books that are out now, and I've done it all in the last year. And that's what I do during the day, is my passion to sit there and create all these wonderful recipes and to share them with everybody. And all you have to do is just go on legible.com and go to My Model Kitchen, and you can find the book there. And we have an AI component in it where we have a little chef called Chef Al. And I named him Chef Al because I said to Tony when we were signing the contract, I said, "Who is this person, Al?" I said, "Who is he?" I have no idea. He said, "Cristina, it's Al." So I decided, well, I'm going to call him Chef Al. So that's what we do. But if you have a question, let's say you can't have garlic and there's garlic in the recipe, all you do is ask Chef Al, "I can't use any garlic. What can I substitute?" As a matter of fact, I did it on the Drew Barrymore show. I've become a regular on their show there. And she can't eat garlic. So she asked right on the air, and Chef Al said you can substitute scallions with it. And he'll answer you any cooking questions you have. So I'm very proud. And we're the first of its kind to use it in a cookbook, to use the AI component. So I'm very proud of my next.
The whole premise of the book series is that they're living books. So there'll be movement throughout the books.
Yeah, there are videos in it.
Videos and so forth.
Yeah.
Very unique, very different. They've got a kind of a really special trademark and this very special software pattern that they use. So
what I'm excited for the next thing, though, is I'm trying to encourage women over 50 to get back out there into the workforce and get going, because they have no idea what's out there for them. And all they have to do is just get enough courage to go and follow what their passion is. It could have been something that happened that they found out 20 years ago or when they were a child that they wanted to do. And now they have the opportunity and the means to do it. So that's what I'm going around places talking about women over 50 getting out there. I'm 75 years old and I'm still.
And you're a babe.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm going to take that. I'm going to say thank you. There would be a time where I'd go, oh no, is it? But you know what? I'm going to take it.
You know what you taught me?
What?
Taking in a compliment, which I know Oprah taught you. That when
She
someone
taught me that.
compliments you, because you know that's hard for me, take it
It's hard
in.
for me to this day, but I remember we were, and a bunch of women were around, and somebody paid me a compliment, and I just went, oh, and I deflected it. And she walked over to me and grabbed my wrists and pulled me in really close to her. And she said, Christina, and she looked me right in the eye. She said, when somebody pays you a compliment, you know what you do? And I went, no, because it's Oprah yelling at me now. I went, no. She said, you say thank you. You know what? You deserve it. If people pay you compliments because you deserve it, and what you do is you take that positive energy that was just given to you, and you just push it right away. You have to take it in. And so I do that now, and I appreciate it. And I think about it whenever somebody says something nice to me now. Those words are always in the back of your head. Just say thank you. So
Well, let Oprah know you pass that on. You pass that kindness on.
I tell her all the time, how much.
We're running out of time, but briefly, can you give me a quick summation of what happily ever afters means to you two?
Okay.
Happily ever after is just living the life that we live in, along with the good and the bad, because there's a lot of bad that happens in the happily ever after story, and it's having the strength and the courage and the love that you feel for one another to make it through the bad times, and then you have the good times. So happily ever after is just a whole series. We're books. We are books, and we each have chapters in our life, and we go through each chapter, and you finish your book. You finish your book when the good Lord takes you home. So in the meantime, just get out there and be respectful and loving towards each other, towards people, and live a good life. Live an honest life.
Yeah. You can't correct the past most of the time, and you can't predict the future. So what we do is focus on today.
Yeah.
What we're doing today and how we're going to spend today. And sometimes our conversations are very short during the day, and sometimes they're long. But at the end of the day, we know that we're here for each other.
Yeah. And we don't know how long it's going to last. We're at ages now where, we're creeping up there, and we just don't know what the future is going to bring. So I'm not letting any negativity spoil whatever time we have left together.
Thank you. What's that face?
Don't go anywhere. I love you both.
Yes. Your definition of happily ever afters was just beautiful for both of you to express it that way, and I hope everybody who watches and listens to the show will take what you've said to heart, because it hits you right between the eyes. And I thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us today.
Thank you.
It was our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you.
And hopefully we'll have you on again. We'll get Dorothy and we'll
I'll
share
keep
some
bugging you.
recipes. We'll get some recipes out of you.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. That concludes another edition of Happily Ever Afters. You can watch us on the UBN Geo Network, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. What else is there?
Anywhere you get a podcast.
Anywhere. So thank you. Another edition of I can't even say it anymore. Happily Ever Afters is done for now. Just remember, peace, love, and keep it in your heart. Thank you.
Bye-bye.